Hello, my friends. For this reading, well, it's not going the way I expected, and I just barely started. All right. So the question is, what advice can help me love myself more? And then I felt called to this particular deck. I think it says Sacred Path cards, and I thought, oh, these are the cards I usually get out for masculine readings. So I thought it was going to be a reading for those who identify as masculine or divine masculine. And then two cards came out, 20 and 24. 20, Cougar, North, Feminine, Fire. 24, Wolf, Northeast, Masculine, Water. This is really interesting. So it appears that there are two very different groups. Although you both have North, one of you, so feminine is typically not associated with fire, but we have feminine fire. And then we have masculine water. Masculine is not typically associated with water. Masculine is typically associated with fire and air, where feminine is typically associated with water and earth. So it appears that whether you identify as feminine or divine feminine or masculine or divine masculine, there is some degree of integration of the other within yourself. This is actually really wonderful, or maybe this is an indication you should be working on that integration. But this is exactly what you want. So no person can be a whole, complete, healthy person without feminine and masculine, without fire and water, earth and air. Okay? We need all of these things present in our lives. And just as a side note, whatever it is that you think is feminine or masculine, please remember that the vast majority of that stuff is completely arbitrary and it changes over time and with societies. So it is not inherently wrong or right or cast in stone somewhere, set in stone somewhere, that feminine is this or masculine is that. That's simply not true. All right. So I'm a little unclear now. Am I talking to somebody who is both cougar and wolf, or am I talking to a group that is cougar and another group that is wolf? I'm going to assume I'm talking to two groups and proceed from there. So, cougar, this fiery feminine. What advice do you need that can help you love yourself more? Okay. This is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Maybe I'll get the pocket version someday so it'll fit more easily in my hands and in my video recording screen, field of vision. I don't know what it's called. Observer. Interesting. Only the top card counts, as always. And it is number 49, Observer. Oops, that's not. So it looks different on the screen than it looks to me. So trying to straighten it out, and I think I'm making it worse. Oh well. Okay. 49, Observer. Essential meanings: perspective, objectivity, neutral observation from a distance. Well, cougars are certainly good at that. The Oracle's message: most people see the world through a personal lens. They closely identify with their feelings and experiences, so much so that they come to believe that these are the only reality. There are times when you need distance in order to gain perspective and understand your circumstances from a more neutral vantage point. Now is one of those times in your life. This is a perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about the conditions, people, culture, and environment you're engaged with now. You'll be so happy you did. Illumination is the miracle you seek and will indeed find. Protection message. Ever think sometimes your life options are suction cupped to your face and you can't see beyond yourself? There's a big world out there, a multitude of potential realities that you're unable to perceive at present. So you're a little stuck? It's time to get advice from someone you trust, someone who has a better perspective on your circumstances. Other points of view are needed now before you move forward. Take heart. A beautiful vista is waiting for you to drink it in. You just need a little help widening your scope beyond your small self. So, cougars being ambush predators, they would be very, very good at getting up to a high vantage point so that they can look around and see things from all possible perspectives. Well, at least different perspectives. Anyway, I think that's really good advice for you. I had considered, since this is about loving yourself, that we should look at the Healing Heart Oracle as well. So let's see what that has to say to you today. What advice can help my cougar viewers to love themselves more? Falling all over the place now. All right. We'll go with these two. Sorry, that's my chimes, obviously. Okay, so we have number 12 and number 36. 12, Resilient Heart. It's time to rebuild. Oh, that's interesting. And number 36, Forgiving Heart. Don't let the past imprison you in the present. All right, we'll start with 12. Resilient Heart, it's time to rebuild. Dear heart, today I ask you to forgive me for all the times I didn't listen to you. I know that by ignoring your counsel, I put you through heartbreak, pain, distress, confusion, and suffering. There have been moments when you felt shattered, and instead of supporting you, I neglected you and tried everything I could to distract and distance myself from your pain. I know you have felt incredibly lonely and at times rejected and unwanted. You have often wondered what is wrong with you, why you are so different, and whether anyone will ever see you for all that you are. Yet through all the isolation, hurt, betrayal, and abandonment, you still had faith that I would come back to you and that we would rebuild a healthy relationship, a connection that is based on self-love, inner security, acceptance, nourishment, and care. I thank you deeply for being so strong, patient, and available to lead me toward experiencing profound love and destiny, as well as emotional and spiritual growth. I am now willing to heed your wisdom and embrace your intuitive guidance. Heart healing. Rub your hands together, then put them slightly apart. Imagine a warm, sunlit yellow energy coming out of the palms of your hands, and focus on sending appreciation, recognition, and gratitude for all that your heart and you have been through. Place your hands on your heart and breathe the warm yellow light into the depth of your heart. If you have loving words to say to your heart, what would they be? Say them to yourself or out loud. Give yourself permission to connect with, ask questions of, and be guided by the wisdom of your heart in all aspects of your life. All right. 36. Is this the last card? It is. Okay, so for your other card, we have the last card in the deck. Forgiving heart. Don't let the past imprison you in the present. Dear heart, as much as you have experienced a crushing sting of suffering and torment, the time has come to slowly and steadily let go of pain. Forgiveness doesn't mean that the callous treatment you experienced was justified. However, healing means that you can learn much from the past pain and give yourself permission to move forward with a newfound wisdom and understandings. I would call this acceptance, not forgiveness. But to continue, forgiveness asks you to no longer harbor or feel old painful trauma, but instead move forward with more kindness toward yourself and others. Stop letting the past imprison you in the present. If you can't forgive the perpetrator of your suffering, then at least stop blaming yourself for putting yourself into a hostile situation. If you are the one who carries guilt and grief about something you have done, then take any possible steps to ask for forgiveness from someone else. Truly demonstrate to another that you have learned from the past and can be trustworthy in the present and future. Heart healing exercise. Place your hands on your heart and ask where there is still a charge, hidden blame, resentment, or anger in your being over difficult circumstances. Take some slow, deep breaths and acknowledge what you are feeling. Imagine there is a purple fire in front of you. Then take any density you are ready to release out of your heart and place it into the purple fire. Once you have let go, imagine a person that you can begin to forgive standing in front of you and say, I understand that you are an important part of my lessons in this life. I thank you for teaching me. Or I would just say, I accept that you are who you are. Take your time to say what it is and let them respond from their higher self. Then come back to the present and journal anything else you need to express. All right. Take that as you will. Okay. I think that is the message for the Cougar Feminine Fire person. And now we will move on to the Wolf Northeast Masculine Water person, or perhaps you are one person, one and the same person. And both of these are aspects of yourself, which would be pretty wonderful, honestly. Okay, just give you a minute to sort out these cards. Okay. I don't believe this. It looks like you are one person. All right. The reason I'm laughing is the cheetah. So, we've gone from one big cat to another big cat. All right. And the card number here is 4. And this is co-create. 40, not 4. 40 and co-create. Nope. Wait a minute. Yes, co-create. Essential meanings: creativity, art, inspiration, fruition, manifestation. The Oracle's message: you may not consider yourself to be a creative person, but in fact you are creating your reality every moment of every day via your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, intentions, and actions. You must consider that you do so in partnership with spirit, consciousness, God, or whatever name you call your higher power. You are a spark of this intelligence that works through you, nudging you with inspired thought and intuitive guidance. You are a paintbrush that co-creates a beautiful, unique expression of your own individuality blended with universal spirit. You are a product of divine inspiration, and now you're aligned with it to create miracles. When you view your life as art and know that you co-create it, only beauty and grace result. Prepare to be amazed. All right. Protection message. You are trying too hard to create all that you desire without the nurturing, vital force of spirit. Perhaps you are in a creative slump, suffering writer's block, facing a monumental task, but unable to decide on your first step, so you just avoid doing anything. Does the word overwhelmed apply to you right now? Why do you think all has to come down to you? Inspiration means the drawing in of divine guidance. You must tap into spirit, not simply yourself. Ask spirit for inspiration. Two minds are greater than one, so co-create with your divine partner. Reclaim your partnership with spirit. Inspiration will flow through you as soon as you get out of your own way. Okay. Now let's see what your healing heart message is. You only got one, which is not a bad thing. And it is 4. Okay, you see a theme here? 24, 40, 04. All right, 4004. Okay. Rebellious heart. Think for yourself. That's a good one. Wolves are also pack animals. And the problem with being in a pack is that sometimes you get into pack thinking instead of thinking for yourself. So perhaps this is a message you really need to listen to. Rebellious heart. Think for yourself. Dear heart, you have rebelled against rules, conditioning, and indoctrination. You have withstood storms and danced with chaos and have had the courage to think for yourself even when your beliefs or ideas were unpopular. There have been moments when you have been wild and untamed and tried things that blew up in your face. But at least you did something different. You didn't conform to the norm, and thus you allowed the creative, adventurous you to grow. You have made mistakes and at times ignored the voice of reason, and for that you have suffered and struggled. But even during the dark night of the soul, you never, ever gave up. When I think about the battles you have fought and won, you give me strength to keep moving forward, growing and evolving. I want us to work together and keep becoming wiser, my daring heart. I no longer want to jump into situations that have the potential to crush us without thinking about the consequences first. At the same time, I never want you to conform to other people's ways of thinking and living their lives. Heart healing exercise. Close your eyes and take some deep breaths in and out. If this heart had a form, what would it look like? Would it be healthy or unhealthy? What is your true relationship with your rebellious heart? Are you letting it dominate your heart, your life? Are you letting it dominate your life or suppressing it? Or is it a healthy part of you that appears when you need it? Take some time to discover the true gift of the rebellious heart by inviting it to offer you new and interesting possibilities that contain shrewdness within them. So, a little bit of balance there. This has been a very interesting reading. I am wishing you all the best, my cougar wolf or cougar and wolf. I would not be surprised if all 3 are true. In any case, I hope you find a way to love yourself a little more. I am wishing you all the best.